Hey, so in today's video, I'm going to be going over the ultimate rookie card lineup challenge for LouRok TV. So essentially what you need to do on this is go out here and build a lineup based off of cards that are either your rookie year or cards that are the rookie cup. So if you don't know who LouRok is, he's an awesome YouTuber from the Tampa Bay area. Give him a sub. He goes out to the Bay Area card show. We still need to collab and do some videos together, but really awesome guy. Go check him out. And for this contest or this giveaway to the community, I wanted to build out a lineup kind of based on modern cards and then vintage cards, because I kind of collect both. And I talked to one of my good friends at Elite Hunters, and go watch his video as well for the rookie card lineup when it comes out. He kind of gave me an idea in my head about building out two different lineups. He's doing a completely different thing. I don't want to spill it for this video if it's not out yet, but what I'm going to do is have one lineup for vintage cards, anything that I deem pre-1975, and then one lineup for newer cards, anything newer than 1975. That way, the lineups can be diversified a little bit, and it's kind of cool looking into the collection, see more cards. It had been very difficult just to do one lineup itself. So first, I'm going to go over the pre-75 cards, and I'm going to go over the lineup, a few pitchers, and one bench player. So that player can pinch hit if needed. So batting first, I have the Ducky Medwick Diamond Stars rookie card, and you can see that on the screen right now. Ducky Medwick, I think, is kind of one of the underrated players in baseball history. Won a Triple Crown and is a .320 hitter, played for the Cardinals. Number 2 in the lineup, I have Pete Rose. It's always good to have the all-time hit king in your lineup. On top of that, Pete Rose can play so many different positions. He's a really good utility player. So if anyone gets injured, can swap him out throughout there. Now, batting third in this lineup, I have my 1951 Willie Mays. Probably one of my top 5 favorite cards in my collection. Couldn't believe I got it earlier this year. But Willie Mays, the Say Hey kid, so good of a player. And honestly, I kind of debated having him bat leadoff just because he's that good, but I want to have a Ducky Medwick or Pete Rose on the base paths. Number 4, and a player that I think is really underrated, and I just don't understand why he doesn't get any hobby love, is Frank Robinson. Frank Robinson, 300 hitter, won multiple MVPs, Triple Crown. He's done literally everything and World Series titles. Great guy, almost 600 home runs, I believe, and like I said, 300 hitter. Number 5, I have Willie Mccovey. Now, Willie Mccovey, no McCovey Cove in San Francisco, 500 home runs, really great power hitter. Batting number 6, I have Joe Cronin. So I picked up his 1933 Gaudi, and really cool card in a high grade. Cronin was a 300 hitter, did extremely well throughout his career. At number 7, I have the one and only Johnny Bench. So Johnny Bench, I think, in my personal opinion, is the best catcher of all time. And I do have his 68 rookie and then his 69 with what has the rookie cup in it. Really awesome card. Sometimes the rookie cup card looks nicer than the rookie, and I say that with the Pete Rose and Johnny Bench. And luckily, I have both the 63-64 bench, or 63-64 Pete Rose, and the 68-69 bench. Really awesome cards there. Number 8, at third base, I have Ron Santo. Santo had a great career with the Cubs. Unfortunately, I don't have the Mike Schmidt rookie card. I've seen it a few times. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. So I put Ron Santo there. Still a great player overall. And then batting ninth, I have Joe Morgan. Best second baseman I could find out there within my collection. And he did really well. So now on my bench, my one bench player that I put for each team, I have Robin Yount. Yount is that 75 rookie. So it just passes the vintage mark in my opinion, and he was a great player. So that's my lineup in bench. Now let's take a look at the pitchers. So pitching wise, I put as my starter Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson was very dominant in his days. He didn't fear any batters at all. He would throw batters all the time, and they had to change the pitching mound because of him, and just an amazing player on the field. So that's why I put Bob Gibson as my starting pitcher. Now my relief pitcher, I used Rollie Fingers, the 69 rookie card. Rollie Fingers was kind of like one of those first dominant closers in baseball history. So you just need to have him on your lineup, and pre-75, he was my go-to guy. Now, I put 3 other pitchers also on my bench. You never know what happens at all in a game, so it's good to have some pitchers. And instead of putting relief pitchers out there, I just put other starters just to showcase some cards in my collection. And this first pitcher, I kind of switched originally with Bob Gibson. I had this guy as the starter on my team, and it is the Lefty Grove rookie card from 1933 Gaudi. Grove has over 100 WAR and 9 ERA titles, and you're talking about the 30s when they had some of the best hitters in the game. I mean, you had the tail end of Ruth's career. You still had Gehrig in there. You had Fox. You had Mel Ott. You had Ducky Medwick, among so many other players. A really, really tough era for pitchers. And going against this newer lineup, you need to have a really good pitcher there. So that's why I put Lefty Grove. The next I put, just because it's one of my favorite cards in the collection and something I chased for a long time, the Nolan Ryan rookie card. I'm Ryan Nolan, so I have to put Nolan Ryan in my lineup for sure. I can't throw him out. So Nolan Ryan is on the bench and ready to go if he needs to strike out some of these power hitters, especially with Nolan Ryan's fastball. He could do pretty well with these guys. And the last pitcher that I have on here is the John Clarkson. And the reason why I have Clarkson on there is he can eat up so many innings. He won over 50 games before. He played in a completely different era of baseball in the 1800s. But if you need to have that pitcher that eats up a ton of innings, let's say he goes to 12, 14, 15 innings in this game because these lineups are stacked, you need to have a pitcher like that. So John Clarkson is my guy. So that is everyone on the pre-75 side of things. Now let's take a look at the newer lineup. So batting first, I have Ichiro Suzuki. So I have a few Ichiro rookie cards, but my favorite in the collection is the Tiffany card because I didn't realize back in 2001 they made Tiffany. Really, really cool card, low numbered. I wish they also made a Tiffany Pools, but they didn't. Ichiro's the only big rookie from that set. Batting number 2, I have Mike Trout. Now, I made a mistake back in 2012, 2011, not buying his Diamond Anniversary rookie card. Didn't want to spend $50. The card's worth $20K now. Big mistake. Hate it. But I did go through my collection, and I do have one Mike Trout update rookie. Probably pulled it from a pack back then, so I am lucky with that. So at least I have one Trout in the collection rather than none. It's always be grateful to have at least one of those. Number 3, I know he gets a lot of hate. I know actually these next 2 players get a lot of hate, but looking at their stats, they still did extremely well. And I believe a lot of people in the 90s and early 2000s did steroids. I think pretty much the majority of all players did, even though MLB is putting on the hush-hush. But that is Barry Bonds. Bonds, if you look at his WAR, he's top 5 all time. He had a Hall of Fame career anyways before getting caught with steroids, and he never got suspended for it, even though I believe like MLB probably pushed a memo for teams not to sign Bonds. But you know, he has the record for most home runs in a season, has the home run title, has a high batting average, high on base percentage. You can't have a lineup without Barry Bonds, so he's number 3 in the lineup. And I would have put him first in the lineup, but Ichiro Suzuki can steal a lot of bases, and I felt like that's his proper role with that. Number 4 is Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod, again, one of those steroid cheaters. But, you know, looking at his stats, A-Rod had a really, really good career anyways. And if we're looking at the stats themselves, he deserves to be in this lineup. So his SP foil is a really, really awesome card. But he's going number 4 in the lineup. At 5, I have Albert Pujols. He's most likely going to be retiring at the end of this year. But Pujols, man, during the early 2000s, he wreaked havoc on everyone. And honestly, I debated between putting Trout at 5 and Pujols there, but Trout early in his career could steal bases, so I felt Pujols is better off down here because he's kind of a slower runner. But man, he can hit. Number 6, another player who absolutely wreaked havoc early 2000s. I remember growing up, is Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera is Triple Crown winner. Batted well over 300, hits a ton of bombs. This year he's going to hit 500 home runs and 3,000 hits. Really, really great player overall, and someone I definitely would want in the lineup. Number 7, I kind of threw it for a twist. I wanted to include one of the more modern cards I had. So playing shortstop, I actually have Manny Machado. Now, I know I have the Jeter SP foil, but I think Machado's going to end up having a better career overall than Jeter. Machado, I think, is 27 and already has 40 WAR. Already has like 230, 240 home runs and like 1,200 or 1,300 hits. I don't remember on top of my head, but he's crushing it. I know a lot of people hate him because he plays dirty, but look throughout the history of baseball, so many other players play dirty as well. And he plays for Slam Diego Padres, so he has a good chance to win a World Series with that. And early on, I picked up a ton of Manny Machado rookie cards. So I'm going to throw up 2 on the screen now for this one. I have the numbered to 5 Orange Ice PSA 10, and then also a Triple Threads booklet jersey patch auto. I have some other really, really rare Machado stuff. I just haven't gone through my collection in a very, very long time, but those cards themselves are some of my favorites of his. Batting 8, I have Joe Maurer. Again, with like the Tiffany with Ichiro Suzuki, Topps made a Tiffany set in 2002, so I picked up the Joe Maurer Tiffany. And since the last 20 years or so, I think Joe Maurer is the best catcher. I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, you're Molina, but look at Joe Mauer's batting average. Look what he's done as a player. I know Molina's insane on defense and really great for pitchers, but I put Maurer there, and I don't have a Molina rookie, so Maurer was my go-to guy, him or Posey. Batting 9, I have the cheater himself, Jose Altuve. Couldn't really think of another second baseman that's really, really stood out. I know Altuve hit for crazy high averages early on, and I do have his Diamond Anniversary rookie card, which is really, really cool. Hate him or not, he's still a really good ball player and accomplished a lot and did win a World Series, even though he did cheat through that. So that is my 9th hitter with that. Altuve is all the way at the bottom. Now my pitching staff. Personally, I think the best pitcher since 1975 is Clayton Kershaw, and that is why he's starting. I have his Sterling card. I think I have one number to 50, but I'm not 100% too sure. I'd have to go through everything, and it's back at my parents' house. But I do know I have one number to 199 for sure. I think maybe actually 2 or 3 of them. I picked them up a long, long time ago. So I'm going to put that card up on the screen now, and that is my favorite Kershaw rookie card. A bunch of his updates. I wish I got one of the golds, but still lucky to have a bunch of Kershaw stuff. He's such a good pitcher. Relief pitcher, I put Aroldis Chapman. When I think of relief pitchers in this modern era, he's the number 1 player to come to mind. Obviously, you could have Mariano Rivera or Trevor Hoffman, but I didn't grow up pretty much watching them. I mean, Mariano was there a little bit, but Chapman, man, I remember when he was throwing 105 for the first time. It was just absolutely insane. Escaping Cuba, all the stories with that. Crazy, crazy player. And as a pitcher growing up, we're like, dang, Chapman's throwing 105. And for that reason, he's my relief pitcher on the team. Also have the Diamond Anniversary of that. Whole set, but Trout. So fun times with that. Now, my other 3 pitchers that I have the Tiffany of Greg Maddux and Randy Johnson, 2 of the best pitchers of all time. I still think they're underrated compared to what their prices are at, but I like the Tiffany cards because they're very, very low numbered and just hard to find compared to the Junk Wax era stuff. So the Tiffany of Randy Johnson and Greg Maddux are my next 2. And I wanted to throw one more modern pitcher, and I was debating between Walker Buehler and Jack Flaherty, and both really, really good pitchers, but I ended up going with the Walker Buehler. I have his flawless RPA rookie patch auto, on-card auto of him, and it's really, really low numbered, an amazing card. If I ended up going with Flaherty, I would have used his 1/1 Bowman Platinum or some of his Bowman stuff. I have some really, really low numbered stuff with his, but Buehler gets the nod over Flaherty right now, although I think both are going to have amazing careers. The last player on the list that I want to have as my bench player is Giancarlo Mike Stanton. And Stanton is just a freak of nature. I mean, the line drive home runs that are 450 feet, absolutely insane. And he's actually the first player I kind of PC'd besides Kershaw. When I got in the hobby 2008, I got a lot of Kershaw cards, and the second player I got in 2010 was Stanton. I have pretty much 500 Stanton cards, bunch of on-card autos, bunch of low-numbered golds and everything. And for the card I'm going to show here, it's the black bordered rookie card. I just think these cards are so rare. They really hit the market for even top players, and I was lucky able to get a Stanton a long time ago. If Stanton's healthy, he hits 50-plus home runs, and being on the Yankees right now, if he has one of those runs where he hits 50-plus home runs, people are going to be comparing him to Roger Maris. And if you look at Stanton's stats, he's already better than Maris itself. A lot of high WAR, even after missing so many seasons because of injuries plaguing him. he's going to be one of these what if players. What if he stayed healthy his entire career? Could he hit 700 home runs or not? I think he'll clear 500, might clear 600, but it just really depends on if he's healthy for the next few years or if he's going to retire early. It's kind of interesting to see. I know he's a longer contract, but Stanton just hits absolute home runs, and I've never seen anything like that in sports. So anyways, what do you guys think is the better lineup? The vintage cards pre-75 or the modern cards post-75? Let me know down in the description down below what lineup you choose and who would win in that game. It'd be really interesting. Personally, I would choose the modern era team. I know the older era has better pitchers, but dang, that lineup, having Pujols, having Miguel Cabrera, Trout, Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, it's an absolutely insane lineup, and that just tells me I need to get more vintage cards so it's a more fair playing field. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Check out LouRok's channel, and then also check out in the description. I have a Discord and Facebook group I'm trying to grow, so make sure to join those and connect with others. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in another video.